Hey there. So I have a slogan that I want you to think about for a second. And this saying says that food is your safest medicine or your slowest poison. Think about that for a second. Is that true? Do you think that food has the ability to heal you and also to kill you? So I want you to think about your body like a car, okay? When you want to go somewhere, what's the first thing you need to check before you leave, right? You need to make sure that you've got gas in your tank. Let's pretend you don't. So you go to the gas station and you need to fill up. Now there are usually a couple different options of gas you can choose, and then there's also diesel. Your car has been built for a specific type of engine, right? Race cars need a different type of gasoline or fuel than a diesel truck does. And so your car, when you fill it up, right, you don't want to fill it up with the wrong thing. If I fill up my van with diesel, it's going to ruin my engine. It's not going to run properly. The same is true about food, okay? Food is meant, God designed food in a really cool way. One, he designed it so that we would take pleasure in it, right? We enjoy food. Food tastes good. If God didn't want us to take pleasure in how food tastes, he wouldn't have made it taste so delicious, right? But the primary purpose of food is to fuel your body. And you can fuel it one of two ways. You can fuel it with the right things that are going to energize you and give you the energy and strength to care for your body, or it could slowly poison you over time. And so we're going to talk about the types of things your body needs today so that it can run as smoothly as possible. So in your book, on page 290 and 291, there is the different things that are in your food. Okay, we're going to start with carbohydrates. Carbohydrates convert glucose for cellular respiration. Okay, remember when we talked about cellular respiration the first time, with cells, we learned about how glucose, your body needs glucose, but your body can't use glucose. It needs to be converted into ATP. And so in order for that to happen, that's where the way it gets the glucose is from the carbohydrates, okay? So that converted glucose from cellular respiration turns into energy, is that next blank. Now there are two types of carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates are smaller molecules, okay? They're not as complex. This includes things like glucose, okay? And then a more complex carbohydrate is going to be a bigger molecule, okay? And those bigger molecules include things like starch and cellulose, which are found in fruits and vegetables, okay? And also other things. So if you look in your notes, sorry, I think I told you the wrong page. Hold on. 288 and 289 is where I'm talking right now. Sorry, not 290 and 291. So breads, cereals, desserts, starchy vegetables, those are all sources of carbohydrates. You burn about 4 calories per gram of carbohydrates. The next one on our list is fats. Fats are commonly found in meats, dairy products. They essentially protect your internal structures and bind your cell membranes, okay? And another thing they do is they're the extra energy storage, okay? This fat is actually your most concentrated source of energy. It absorbs vitamins, it cushions your organs, it protects your cell membranes, it helps foods to taste good and be consistent and stable and not fall apart. But the problem with fats is you can get too much of them. And when you get too much fat in your diet, then your body stores that extra as actually fat, right? And so we said carbohydrates have about 9 calories per gram. Carbohydrates had 4. Fats have 9 calories per gram, okay? There are 2 common types of fats. The saturated fats come from animals, and they're usually in the solid form. So like, think of bacon grease when it cools, right? It's like a semi-solid. Think of, another example of this is coconut oil, right? At room temperature, it's more of a solid, okay? Then we have the unsaturated fats, which are your liquids. So olive oil, sunflower oil, all those different oils, the ones that are liquid at room temperature are going to be your unsaturated fats, okay? Then you need minerals. Minerals are inorganic substances. That means they're substances that your body doesn't make, okay? You have to get them from food. They are inorganic, means they don't have carbon in them, okay? And so if you can't get them, if you can't make them yourself, then you need to, sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm talking about vitamins. Sorry, backtrack for a second, guys. I jumped ahead. Minerals are inorganic substances that the body uses to control processes and build certain structures. So things like iron and calcium. Yes, you do need to ingest them, but they also can be made in your body, okay? The next one is vitamins. Vitamins cannot be made in your body, okay? They need to be obtained from your food. So your vitamin C, your vitamin, your mom might tell you, oh, you need to drink some orange juice or eat an orange because you need some vitamin C to keep you from getting sick, okay? Those vitamins help your body to function properly. But again, you can't get them, your body can't make them on their own, other than maybe vitamin D with the sun, which we're not going to get into right now, but the rest of them you actually have to eat and ingest. So if you're never eating your fruits and your vegetables, you're not getting those nutrients that your body literally needs to survive, okay? Next up are the proteins. Proteins help build cellular structures. So in other words, they're made of amino acids, and amino acids get put together to build proteins, and proteins get built together to make all sorts of things in your body, okay? They are very important, and we talked about them in chapter 3 already, about how they were made by amino acids. Now there are two types of amino acids that can make proteins. You've got your non-essential proteins, your non-essential amino acids. Those ones your body makes. There's about 10 different ones. Then there's your essential amino acids, and those are obtained from food. So once again, you can't get them in your body unless you eat them, okay? Fish are a great source of essential amino acids, okay? They've got all those different amino acids in them, which is why you should eat fish once a week. I know some of you are complaining right now, but it really is important for your diet. Proteins, like carbohydrates, you get about 4 calories per gram, okay? The last thing we're going to look at here is water. Water is essential for life. Our textbook told you should be drinking half a gallon of water a day. Think of a milk jug, cut that in half, and that's how much water you should be drinking. Now, I am definitely guilty of not drinking enough water. I go through spurts where I do it really well, and then I fall off the wagon. But water is essential for life. It helps to dissolve foods. It helps to maintain fluid balance in your body. It helps to regulate your body temperature. So essentially, think about it. The majority of your body is water, right? And so as you lose water to varying things, if you don't replace it, then your cells are going to be like, I need water, please feed me. So make sure you feed your cells and give them the water that they desire, okay? So your body can use carbohydrates, fats, and proteins to have cellular respiration take place. Now remember, cellular respiration means you're getting energy from it, okay? So I've said a couple of times, like 4 calories, 9 calories, 4 calories. What actually is a calorie, okay? A calorie is a unit of measurement often used to measure the energy your body takes in, okay? Healthy eating is more than just counting calories. I know you might have heard, you should watch your calorie count and make sure you're staying in between this particular thing. I would argue that it's more important to make sure that you are eating the correct foods that are going to fuel your body than it is to calorie count, okay? We can get into the scientific part of what a calorie is, but seeing as how we're all on break from school, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, okay? So, what should you do, okay? So we're going to look tomorrow, we're going to do a lab together over Zoom about what's in your food and how to figure out what things are what. So we're going to look at a couple of recipes, and we're going to determine what things are carbohydrates, what things are proteins, what things are fats. We're going to figure out the calories to it, and we're going to determine if this is a healthy meal or not. So please don't work ahead on this. We're going to work on it together on our Zoom call, but it's in your textbook here, this section here, your notes. We're going to do that together during our Zoom call. So a couple things to leave you with. 1, drink plenty of water. Water is super important for your body, and it's important for your all your different functions of your body to work properly. 2, eat lots of fruits and vegetables and vary them up, right? the different types of vegetables you eat, the better variety of vitamins and minerals you're going to get. Okay? Remember, a lot of these things like your essential amino acids, your vitamins, you can't get them except for through the foods you eat. So if you are eating junk food all day and you're filling up on that, it is not fueling your body with the right things. And over a long period of time, you're going to start seeing some results that you don't really like. Okay? And remember, carbs, fats, proteins, you need them all, right? You don't just eliminate all fats because fat's got a bad name to it and people are like, oh, I don't want to be fat. No, your body needs fats. But you have to eat them in moderation and you have to eat the right kinds of fats. So we are going to talk about that more in our Zoom call tomorrow. So get on there, and any questions, let me know. Bye, guys.